friend. In this video, I want to speak with you a little bit about boundaries and how you can use them to really feel good and actually get more stuff done. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Michelle. I am super passionate about guiding people while I continue traveling. Healing is a journey. And so many of us get into this space where they think that they're going to land on this destination called personally developed, like, ta-da, I've arrived, or land on this platform of healed. And for me, if that does exist, I haven't found it yet. I am really beginning more now than ever before to understand that every new layer uncovered exposes a new layer. And I've really been getting excited about that journey and really getting myself to heal my relationship with the growth and with the development, as opposed to judging the process that it's taking for me to get there. But I wanted to share with you because I am super committed to guiding right along the path while I travel. I want to share with you what's been coming up for me recently, and that has been around boundaries. So I remember in 2016, I was at a coach's retreat, and we did this exercise where we had to really connect with choices that we were making and the consequences of the choice. And I remember that I had this statement that I was choosing not to create boundaries inside of my professional and personal relationships so that I could experience disconnect and self-loathing. And that did not feel good. And so what ends up happening, I think, is that we get like excited and we make a shift like that, and then time goes on and there's only, tons of other things in life and in business that become where the focus is. And then suddenly you notice that old thing kind of wiggled its way back in. And what I've noticed for myself is that the boundaries conversation has come up again. And here's where it's different for me and where it's become more fun and fascinating is that it used to be that I had to create priorities and boundaries around some things that I loved doing and some things that I didn't really love doing. And then over time in my journey, I started to eliminate, right, and kind of chip away at the things that I didn't love doing. Well, now, my friends, my life is filled with people and friendships and activities that I love. There aren't things that are in my life that I don't enjoy doing. So now I have the opportunity to prioritize and I have the opportunity to create boundaries, but all around things that I love. See, it's easy for me anyway. It's easy to say no to something that I don't want to do. It becomes much more challenging and fun if you look at it that way. If you choose to look at it that way and choose to see it from that perspective, it becomes more fun to play with your boundaries around things that you love doing. Telling a friend, no, I am not going to go out with you that night because this other thing is more important. Or saying no to an opportunity because it actually distracts you from the thing that's more important. See, a lot of times we can get really preoccupied and super busy with the things that are good. And inside of that, we can rob ourselves of the opportunity that is great. I think it's really important to spend some time thinking about what is it? What's my big goal? My coach asked me a question recently and he said, what are the 2 to 3 things in your life that you really want to accomplish and that if you didn't accomplish, that you would regret? right? What's the bigger purpose? What's the bigger vision? Because then when we have this bigger vision over here, now we have the opportunity to pull back and we can evaluate each individual activity or decision that we're making, and we can say, does that serve the bigger vision? And then we can make small moment-to-moment choices. And we have to say no sometimes. And we have to understand that when we don't, every action that we take, that we say yes to, it's a no to something else. And so that's the second piece that I want to leave you with today. Number one being really get clear on what your bigger vision is. And it doesn't have to be perfect and it doesn't have to be forever. But right now, we really got to understand what we're working toward so that we can make sure that our choices are in alignment. And then the second step in this is to really understand what the choices that we're making in the moment, what the consequences are. But it's easy in the moment to pretend like we don't have the conscious awareness of what it is that's being sacrificed by our yes. And so it's really important to begin to verbalize this, because when we keep it inside of our head, we can kind of pretend like we don't know. And in our kind of pretending like we don't know, then we get to stay the victim and we get to say, oh my gosh, my schedule is so busy and everything is overwhelming me and I have so much stuff to do. Maybe that's just me. Do you guys do that? I mean, those are things that come out of my mouth. But the reality is that I'm making choices every single moment. So if I don't like the results that I'm getting over here, then I have to make a different choice over here. What was the thing that preceded where you're at right now? Because the clarity that will come from you understanding the choices that you're making, the ability to be able to say no to the thing that is good so that you can say yes to the thing that is great, is going to be a game changer in you achieving your goals and getting closer to that big vision. So my friends, go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you get notified when I post a video. If you believe this conversation would benefit or serve another person, please feel free to share it. And go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to know what your big vision is and how this boundaries conversation sits with you. Be well. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we'll talk more soon. Bye now. And getting closer to that bag, and go ahead and drop your comments in